All right, motherfuckers. Welcome back to the worst episode of Random City Sports Ballers of my life. My son just died a few days ago. He's 24 years old. He had an aortic dissection. They tried to fix it surgically. They were unable to. He died during surgery after 8 hours. And those surgeons, man, they worked their asses off to save my son's life. So I'm a little drunk tonight. And we're tuning in just as we find out here in 34 seconds what my draft position is going to be. We'll be able to open the draft in just a minute or two. But I'm going to warn you, I'm a little fucked up. I've had some beers tonight because I am trying to deal with losing my son during an emergency surgery that we all kind of knew wasn't even going to work, man. So if I have an emotional moment or two, I apologize. You know, that's just where I'm at right now. I love my son, and I'll never get to say hi to him again. I'm going to refresh this page and see if it brings up the enter the draft, because I need to enter the draft. There it is, yep. All right, guys, let's see what pick we have, and then I'm going to edit out so I can just go have an emotional moment. I am pick number 8. Oh, that kind of sucks. Fuck. This whole fucking week is going to suck, isn't it? I even get one of the shittiest positions. I'm at the end of the draft. I don't get close to the back-to-back. Fuck. Sorry, that's a beer burp. All right, fellas. We'll see you when this draft starts. The fuck?
Hello out there to everybody picking
Hi.
8th overall, and I have some very positive news to report about this draft slot. In numerology, the number 8 symbolizes achievement, abundance, and success.
Oh,
At least
shut
that's
the
what it
fuck
said when I
up
looked it
about
up before
that.
this
8
video.
sucks.
I am not a numerology expert, neither are you. So let's focus on what you need to know for this draft. And because you're picking in the back half of the first round, it's going to
Your
be
team's
tougher
gonna
sledding
end
to
up
find those edges
fucking
that can
rough,
lead you to
man.
a fantasy title. But you'll still be able to select a player in round 1 who has top 5 ability at their position. And then on the way back around, you're going to have the advantage of choosing from a group of players who just missed out on being first round picks.
Man,
and while I often
knock it
preach
off,
staying
dude.
balanced and grabbing a receiver and a running back early so you can keep your options
However,
open,
I'll
you're
say
gonna have
this,
to take
okay?
some
I'll
chances
tell you as
from
soon
the
as he's
8th
done.
spot. So going wide receiver, or running back, and building that advantage at a premium position, it's not a bad move at all. Everything is in play here. So don't be afraid to tap into your unpredictable side and act like a wild card in this draft.
All right, well, regardless of his freaking opinion on that stupid shit, look, here's the gig, bros. And remember, I'm a little drunk, so, you know, I'm grieving and I got a lot going on. But, anyways, let's make sure we understand something here. If you've got the pick, and I've done this, I took, a draft pick, let's say, Christian McCaffrey. And you fucking miss it just is wrong because, oh God, he's made of glass. And then you have your first round pick gone. I'd rather have, like Josh Jacobs in the first round than some guy that's going to break his fucking leg. So, I look at it like that, man. But it still sucks to be this late and not have, if I'm going to be this late, I'd rather be 10 so I can have back-to-back picks. Because that 4 picks in between you when you're the 8th pick, there's 4 picks until it gets back to you when you're near back-to-back. And they can just take shit from you left and right, and it does suck, man. Snipers are everywhere. They're looking for your picks because they've been doing the same damn research you have, right? I mean, they're sitting there going, yeah, I read the same book. I watched the same video. I looked at the same article, whatever they're looking at. And you're just going, okay, hey, we're getting underway. Want to bet on if it's Jamar Chase? It's been Jamar Chase every single time. It's like, It's like media bias. You know, people are getting this fucking bias. He took Saquon. Okay, Saquon Barkley. Actually, he just overcame the media bias. Nice fucking job, whoever you fucking are. Who's the number one pick? Who is that? What love gotta do with it? What love but a secondhand emotion? All right, so pick number 2 is taking his time. He's probably, you know, sitting there, I don't know, petting his dog or freaking, I don't know, man. Take your time, dude. You got a minute. Use all. Okay, he took Bijan. Jamar Chase making it to number 3. Whoever was number 3 is probably fucking going, oh my God, I got Jamar Chase. And there goes Gibbs. I know people are going to be scared of Justin Jefferson from his freaking hamstring, but yeah, I'm a little scared of that too. I have him in a league. And I'm over here looking at Malik Neighbors going, oh my God, New York, what did you do? You had this whole draft season thing where you could have helped him. You could have helped him out. And you know, we're just going to go ahead on and see if we can't wreck this career. What the hell are the Giants doing, man? Jesus, fellas. All right, so you got 19 seconds there. Okay, Derrick Henry, that's a good pull. And this one's an auto pick, so it's just going to take forever to pick it. They usually pull that pick. Justin Jefferson. Okay. Pardon me. Justin Jefferson and... Okay. All right, you people know me by now. You know I love Detroit. You know I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown with that 8th pick. All right, yeah. He's a top 10 wide receiver. Okay, sorry. I had to walk off for a moment. All right, we're back, and... I've got some options here. I'm not going to trust a rookie to anchor my team at running back. That's a tough one to call. But I'd like to get a running back here because the wide receivers I get here don't have as much value as the running backs. And, man, I'm sitting here looking Josh Jacobs and Jonathan Taylor, and Josh Jacobs that's looking pretty good. I mean, I could H-hand this, you know, but I have an H-hand, and I think I'm going to pull this. Okay, Jacobs. There we go. I got Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Josh Jacobs with my first 2 picks. Wow, I am not in love with that. I hate pick 8. Son of a bitch, pick 8 sucks. Man, that's a rough position when you... There ain't a lot you can do with that. it just. Okay, and I mean, okay, I could have had Nico Collins, Christian McCaffrey. No, thank you. Puka or Neighbors. Would I have done a second wide receiver? Maybe I would have. Let's see. So then went Genty and Brian Thomas. Okay, the Genty fucking thing. Look, guys, he's a rookie. Knock it the fuck off. He's a rookie in Las Vegas. What is wrong with you? Stop taking him in the first round, for the love of God. It's one of the dumbest things. Okay, don't insult the people. No, man. If you're taking a rookie in the first round, you're insane. All right, so then was Thomas Jr., Jonathan Taylor, and Devin Achane. Yeah, okay, all of those make sense. I'm fine with all of those. But this Genty bullshit, man, y'all get over this. You're not, well, okay, maybe you're in a dynasty league, but this is not a fucking dynasty league. This is just Yahoo shit. I mean, what the hell is Genty doing for you this year? If he ends up the RB15, which is, I mean, okay, you're gonna feel some pain because you're, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe you get lucky along the way. Maybe Chase Brown gets back to you to go with that Genty shit. I just don't like it. He doesn't have any NFL experience. What are you showing me? All right, so Brock Bowers went after Achane. And that's still, man, I'm not taking tight ends that early. I'm sorry, fellas. Do your thing. Take your tight ends early. I've done it. I did some of that last year, taking like Sam Laporta or Travis Kelce. Hey, I want you to tell me how you think that shit worked out, that Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce bullshit. Worked out great, didn't it? All right, Bucky Irving, I respect that pick. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. Who are you? The Bronx Bombers. All right, Lamar Jackson and... Okay, so he knew he was taking Lamar Jackson. He should have spent that whole first minute looking for the next player. Because use the time you got. Because you got a second minute and he's already on it. And he went to Chase Brown. Man, that's a good start, dude. He's got Saquon Barkley, Chase Brown, and Lamar Jackson. This is a great start to a team for this guy. Sure, I could have had Lamar Jackson or Chase Brown, but imagine, nah, I don't need you to imagine. You already understand how screwed this team would be if I did that. All right, sorry, I needed to take a moment there because I heard a noise upstairs, and, right now, since, it's only been a few days since my son died, I'm sitting here, and every noise I hear, I go, oh, he just got out of bed. Or, oh, that's my son looking for something in the kitchen. No, I have a cat, 2 of them, and I got a couple of dogs too, so I'm beating myself up. Wow, way early for T. Higgins to take 22nd. Okay, you're really reaching right there, friend. But anyways, I'm beating myself up, and I'm making friends with shadows on the wall, and I'm hearing voices in my head. The whole thing. My son died. The loss of a child is the biggest loss ever. And it's really, it hurts. It hurts. So this is supposed to be a distraction, and yet here I am talking about all that while I'm sitting here doing this. Yeah. What do I do with this pick? I don't know. This is weird. There's a lot of people I would not use this on. I mean, Well, this Garrett Wilson thing. If I see you drafting Garrett Wilson in the 3rd or 4th round, I might come at you. I'm going to take James Cook and get a second running back. Man, stop drafting Garrett Wilson. Just knock it off. You're going to be disappointed. I don't know why y'all are doing that, man. Just stop it. I mean, we're in fantasy football here. We're not in fantasy land, okay? You're sitting here going, "Oh, he'll finally have a breakout year." Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, whatever. Breakout year for a fella who still hasn't had. Why do people talk about him? It's. I don't get it, man. But okay, so then went Jaden Daniels. All right, I wasn't gonna take Jaden Daniels at all. I still don't have any of them. I might end up regretting that. I just, I'm being realistic here. Second year quarterback, there's usually a slump, and I mean, we'll see where that goes. Back to back fucking picks for triple question mark, whatever that means. Do you not know who you are? Tyreek Hill. Wonderful pick 2 years ago. And Jalen Hurts. Okay, Jalen Hurts is a good pick. I'm worried about what I end up with at quarterback. I don't know, man. Who's up? Quarterbacks. There we go. We got Burrow, Mahomes, Mayfield, Purdy. Gets ugly soon, doesn't it, fellas? It gets ugly soon. I mean, I could grab Trey McBride here if he gets back to me. I mean, I got one pick in front of me. Trey McBride was, amazing tight end. Serious points last year, almost 195. But is that worth a fourth-round pick? Is it, though? You know who's not getting back to me is Joe Burrow. You know what Joe Burrow does for a team? Oh, Jesus. Joe Burrow is amazing for a team. Wait, where's Joe? There's Joe Burrow. See, and I secure him with my fourth-round pick. Nothing here says, you better draft me. I mean, Mike Evans is great. Walker will get injured. Breece Hall, we don't know where that's going. Marvin Harrison might even get back to me. Omari and Hampton. I got all of these options that could get back to me. We just got to play. But Joe Burrow was not getting back to me. So if I wanted that top 5 quarterback who's going to score up there near the same points as the top 2 quarterbacks, let's get Joe Burrow. Okay, take you some George Kittle, friend. Go right ahead, man. He's been awesome as a tight end. I've done the early investment in tight end, and it doesn't work. Breece Hall. Yeah, whatever, bro. Breece Hall, sure. Whatever. I don't know, man. Did you draft Breece Hall last year? How many of us put out early draft pick for Breece Hall? How'd that go? Went great. Thank you, Aaron Rodgers. See, stop it with Garrett Wilson, too. Fuck. Y'all, damn it, man. You just got a low WR2 for the price of a high WR1. Mike Evans, a high WR2. Mike Evans might end up at WR1, and he's still sitting there. Sorry, got a text, probably from one of my kids. Yes, it is from one of my kids. Because we've all been, they lost a brother. I lost a son. We all lost someone this week. Terry McLaurin, it's a little early, but okay. But we all lost someone this week. We've been going around telling people like at his old job. He used to work at a small store, and I went in there and told those folks about, what happened to him. For people interested, he had what's called an aortic dissection. Okay, his aorta, which is the main outflow of blood from your heart, is the aorta. It swelled to approximately 10 centimeters over. It probably took a long time to expand like that, and it tore because it got so large. It tore, and the blood started seeping out, and so there's a lot more that surgery couldn't intervene, and he didn't make it through. Oh, dude just took Mike Evans and Marvin Harrison. That's a good back-to-back pick, bro. You know, that's a guy who didn't have any receivers because he took 2 running backs and a quarterback. He's building a good team. Anyways, oh yeah, I don't need to talk much more about the aortic dissection, but so his siblings have been getting together, and his sisters tonight went out to do karaoke, and that's awesome, right? They went out to do karaoke together, and they just sent me a video to be able to see how they were doing it and what they did and whatnot. And apparently it's 2 videos. I just got another one. Hold on. I want to check this out. All right. Oh, that's my daughter singing Jolene by Dolly Parton. Heck yeah. Jolene. All right, what's the other one? And the other one did Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger. That is so fun. I'm going to watch those whole videos later on. That is so freaking fun. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Hey, what happens to Joe when he has a bad leg? Jolene, Jolene. All right, so where do I go with this pick? All right, what do I have? I have 1 receiver, 2 running backs, and a quarterback. DJ Moore is a tough call because, you know, with Caleb Williams, how much does he advance? Cortland Sutton would get back to me if I wanted to wait. Wow, this is a tough one. Xavier Worthy is going to have a better year, but Cortland Sutton is likely to be... You know what? Let's do Cortland Sutton. Fuck this draft pick average thing. I don't care. Yeah, you damn right I'm taking him a little earlier than I should. You know why? Because DJ Moore is going to still sit there. So if I wanted him, I could still take him. But Cortland Sutton might not have gotten back to me. Where are we at? Oh, yeah. Round 5 is about to finish. Round 6 coming up, man. I would not hate catching a Sam Laporta in round 6. Maybe I do that. Yeah, maybe I do that. Because there's not a lot of exciting stuff here, is there? I mean, you're looking at some of it, and, you know, that's as early as I need to take anybody. You know, I don't know, man. I'm kind of glad I got Cortland Sutton because I think people are underestimating Cortland Sutton right now. I think he's going to outdo Devonta Smith, who just got picked. But I think they're underestimating him. He's a good receiver, dude. He's good at what he does. And he's had another offseason he's developing. I think he'll be better than people think he will. You know, that last season he had, let's look up here, 199 total points. They're expecting some regression of 26 points. Whatever, expect what you want. But I think Denver got better this year. The culture changed a little, and I think Cortland Sutton is the number 1 receiver in Denver with Bo Nix as quarterback. And I'm sitting here going, well, that's almost a magical combination. I kind of want that magic. So this might be the 3rd time I've taken Cortland Sutton. I don't know. I haven't really looked at some of those numbers. But, you know, I mean, I don't want anyone too often. But I don't mind to have Cortland Sutton a little too often for some people's taste, you know? I mean, I think he's going to be having a special season. Seriously. All right, so what do I have so far? I have Joe Burrow, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hey, stop that. Cortland Sutton, and then Josh Jacobs and James Cook as my running backs. And James Cook last year, man, you seeing the points and touchdowns he had? Josh Jacobs, you seeing the points and touchdowns he had? Dude, they're on good teams with plans for them. So I kind of dig it, man. I dig what I got going on right here. All right, so Devonta Smith, then Aaron Jones, and Calvin Ridley. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. Calvin Ridley. All right, how many people are going to be catching the ball in Tennessee? Who's catching the ball? You name the other people besides Calvin Ridley who's going to be catching touchdowns, and I'll be like, okay, how many? 3, 4, but Calvin Ridley will get 8, 9, right? Whenever you can get the top guy from an offense, you need to look at that and go, should I have the number 2 guy in a different offense? All right, with David Montgomery going right there, I'm taking Sam Laporta right here. And we getting a tight end a little earlier than I normally would, okay? In this year's draft, that's my first, that was round 6. That's the first time I've taken someone that early at tight end. But I have Sam Laporta. And we know what he did in his rookie season. I know what happened last year. And, yep, I drafted him in the third round, I think it was. And that was a mistake. Oh, God almighty, was it a mistake. Other things could have happened with that early pick. But this time with the 6th round, yeah, that feels pretty good. Mostly because I know what's coming up as availables here in a few. I think we got this. There went Patrick Mahomes on number 55. Which is weird. Patrick Mahomes, he kind of misses the top 10 of quarterbacks. There went George Pickens. See, that's a WR2. I'd rather have Cortland Sutton than George Pickens. Unless CeeDee Lamb gets injured at some point, and then that changes everything. But I don't have a crystal ball. Neither do you. Baker Mayfield with number 57. Okay, here's the thing. Baker Mayfield was a brilliant pick last year because you got him in the last round. Getting him in the 6th round is not a brilliant pick. Because, well, actually, he'll be a top 10 quarterback, right? Do we all think he'll be a top 10 quarterback? Because if you think that, then that's not a bad choice, I suppose. It's not my choice. I mean, I wouldn't do that. Hello, Cupcake. It's good to see you, my friend. Yes, I know that you want a milk bone, but I can't give you any more of those because you're on a diet of sorts. It's one of those, gee, I want 2 milk bones, but this guy only gave me the 1. Yeah, that's right. All right, so Caleb Johnson, rookie running back, went number 58. I don't know what to think of, man. I've got him in one of my leagues, and I'm kind of like, okay, this could go a lot of ways, right? It could go a lot of ways. There's a, like with the Ashton Genty thing, you're investing a 1st round or very early 2nd round pick there, and it could still go a lot of ways. He could just not understand the game at the higher level. A lot of things can happen there. But at least Caleb Johnson, you're investing a 6th or 7th round pick in that big risk of, will this kid understand the damn game? I mean, okay, someone's going to take Pacheco here and be like all excited about it, and then you have to go, hey, by the way, he gets hurt a lot. Oh, Rashee Rice and Travis Hunter, I believe. But, all right, so what gets back to me somewhere in this Olave, Trevion Henderson? I don't know, man. That's one that New England running backs can be a nightmare. I mean, seriously. New England running backs can be absolutely just frustrating as hell. It can be gross, man. Seriously. Uh-huh. It's hard to figure out who this next one's going to be. I think I'd like a wide receiver, but it doesn't have to be. You know, WRT would fill out this part of my lineup. And then we start working on bench because all of this is filled in with good talent. You know, Sam Laporta being the tight end frees me up to take a chance on some of these other RB2s who could become an RB1. You know, you look for upside, right? You look for the upside. And I get to look for some upside here. Okay, Hawkinson. I can see that. See how it works out. He might finish better than Laporta. I mean, there's a whole wide range of possible outcomes on all of this. Seriously. All right, McMillan. That's the Carolina wide receiver. That, again, a wide range of, rookie possibilities. All right, so the Xavier Worthy thing, man. Me and Keith Cornelison, we have these thoughts about wide receivers who have just a handful of really big scoring games. And then they have this freaking, most of their repertoire is, thanks for the 7.5 points on your, 4 receptions and 30 yards or whatever. And you just go, that happens a lot. And so last year with like Worthy, his games that were, that led to this 157 points last year, man, those were offset by these really big games. But that was a rookie year thing. Okay, so Andrews, Harvey, Kelsey, blah, blah, friggity, blah. I'd rather have Laporta than Kelsey. I might have to eat those words later in the season. All right, so dude took Worthy. Look, Pollard is not a bad pick. Pacheco kind of is. Swift, eh. Some of these will get back to me. So, Joe Mixon, man, he's going to be missing some games. They're wrong on what they're predicting. All right, let's get back up here. It's between Pollard and Swift. Pollard, because Waddle, no. Pollard and Swift. It's between these guys, all right? I'm going to go ahead, because I haven't done it yet, I'm going to go ahead and take DeAndre Swift. And there you go. That works out lovely, doesn't it? But what do I do with my next pick? There's a Jameson Williams. Wow, wouldn't it be wild to have Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown? That'd be cray. There's some quarterbacks left, though. I could actually pull for a backup quarterback this early. That would be cray. My first bench to be a backup quarterback? That'd be messed up, man. Huh. I have no bench yet. All right, so we're looking over here on the right side of the screen. I've got Joe Burrow, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cortland Sutton, Josh Jacobs, James Cook, Sam Laporta, and DeAndre Swift. I don't hate it. I genuinely do not hate it. I mean, I'm not in love with it. It's the 8th pick. I could have had better if I was like pick 2 or pick 10. Isaiah Pacheco, you poor bastard. There's a lot going on here, fellas. It's really everything from this point forward is either they're in my starting lineup because of a week off, or it's a defense or a kicker. what would happen if I did take a quarterback this early to back up? If Bo Nix got back to me and I took him, what would that do to my team? Huh. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Well, I'm going to, you know what? Because someone took, there he is. I'm going to go ahead on and take Bo Nix. This is a stupid draft. I don't care. You know what? I'm going to be stupid today because, you know, I'm drinking, I'm smecking, you know, plenty of, if you smoke enough, you're going to make some dumb decisions. And I'm just saying, I just ruined someone else's thoughts about their whole team. Someone else is so mad right now because they're like, why would you take a second quarterback this early? I was going to have Nix. It might be this guy that's pups all around who was like, oh, shit, that was who I was going to take. Hold on, let's see if he's got a quarterback. Nope, he doesn't. You took my Xavier Worthy and I took your Bo Nix, didn't I, friend? Ha, ha, ha. Wrecked your whole thoughts. He took Olave, so he just took a panic pick. You know, because Olave, dude, seriously, just leave Olave off your thing. I mean, come on, man. What are we even doing? And we just took our first defense, 75th pick in the 8th round. He took Denver. Whoever you are, I wish you well, my friend. All right, so my next pick is a long ways away. A long ways away. I wouldn't hate Jordan Mason, Juwan Jennings, Jacoby Myers. You know, I mean, Jerry Jeudy, I could see that. There's no way Mixon. Dude, Mixon, come on, dude. What's he going to do when he gets back from this? Is it a broken foot? Hold on. Yeah, he's going to miss multiple weeks. That just sucks for Joe Mixon. Someone just took him. Okay, was that an auto pick? No, it was mic'd up Eric. Not an auto pick. All right, well, okay, so you're not going to have him for several weeks. Okay, good luck. I don't know. But Jameson Williams went right before that, and so I love Detroit, and I fully support any Detroit pick, so I'm sitting here going, holy crap, you must have the best team in the league now because you have a Detroit wide receiver. And there goes Justin Fields, the New York Jets savior. Yeah, Justin Fields is going to the Jets, and he's going to turn them into a championship team. Woohoo! Way to go, Jets! Let me get some Garrett Wilson and get those freaking 873 yards with... And there went Waddle and Adunze. Adunze? Roma Dunes. I don't know, man. I know how to say my name. Nobody ever taught me how to say everyone else's name. I mean, sure, I know how to read them in the English language, and that would be Odunze, which is probably how it's pronounced, so I'm acting like a jackass over here. Well played, me. Huh. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morn? Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor. You know, it's messed up that I remember a lot of the words to that song. That's, you know, what is that, 4th, 5th grade or some crap like that we learned it? Jerry Jeudy went with the 82nd pick. I value him over Waddle. I would rather have him over Jalen Waddle. But, you know, I mean, that's me, and I don't care about your opinion because you're not making a video telling me what your draft choices are. I'm actually, you know what, man? I'm putting myself out there. This is my actual draft that I paid money for this league, and I'm telling you guys what my money is being put on. When you watch these other people who call themselves experts and they're just going, oh, you really want to get Jamar Chase on your team? Yeah, well, what do I do if I'm the 7th or 8th pick? Then what? You know, I mean, you guys don't show me what your team looks like. You show me what you wish your team could look like. And that's bullshit to do to people, man. Just draft your fucking team. Let me see what you put together, and maybe I can try to repeat it. How about that? Let me have that respect, you know. I want to. Anyways, sorry, it makes me mad. It makes me so mad, some of these fucking people. That they talk about themselves like they're fucking experts, but you never get to see their expert team. They just tell you, oh, well, by the way. And you're like, well, come on, man. What's your team look like? How are they doing? All right, so this next pick, I'm looking at a receiver because we talked about the 3 running backs I already have, and my 1 backup bench player is a quarterback. I've got to get another receiver, dude. And that means Jordan Addison is gone. Just went. Damn it. That means Jayden Reed or Juwan Jennings. Seriously. That's who those are. Jakobi Meyers can be thrown into that mix. But, you know, these are the 3. And you know what? I'd love to have Juwan Jennings. So I'm going to go ahead and take him. All right. Off to use the bathroom. Back in a minute. Man, beer runs through you. You know, you drink that many beers, it's a lot of fluid. Okay, what did I miss, man? All right, I'm back from the. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, Jaylen Warren, Stephon Diggs, cool. Leave me Jayden Reed or Jakobi Meyers, and I'm gonna be happy as a pig in his own shit. What do we got at running back? Tyrone Tracy. Oh. You know, y'all are over-investing in this Cam Scatterboo thing. Tyrone Tracy did a fine job last year. There went Jakobi Meyers, so that one's off my list. All right. So it's Jayden Reed is out there, and Tyrone Tracy is out there. Okay. Let's look at all players. Jayden Reed, Tyrone Tracy. Who else? I mean, I no one's jumping out at me. Huh. All right. I don't have him yet. We're doing Tyrone Tracy. There we go. Cool deal. That's a guy he's on my bench with a week 14 bye, just like Juwan Jennings, and that means they fill in for all these fellas. So I've got my bye weeks covered with decent talent. You know, what else you gonna do? All right, cool. You don't want to see something weird? Watch Jayden Reed get back to me. That'd be weird. That'd be nice. I'd take him. If he got back to me, I'd take him. I would take the hell out of Jayden Reed getting back to me. Who else is available here? Okay. What's up with Scatterboo? Day-to-day hamstring injury. Oh. Well, Scatterboo's fucked. Y'all go ahead and quit drafting Scatterboo. A hamstring on a player this early in the season is going to last through the whole... Listen to Stefania Bell about these soft tissue injuries, man. Okay? I've been kind of staying hands off on Justin Jefferson since he was like re-injured his hamstring here, whatever, because I listened to Stefania Bell. Have some respect for the physical therapist, man. They know what's going on. All right, Kyler Murray, Pittsburgh, Chris Godwin. I don't hate Godwin this year either. I mean, Etienne. Okay, dude. Seriously, at this point in the draft, why not? He's on the bench. He might take over the starting role. It's like Tank. If the dude has Tank Bigsby already, then he's covering the whole backfield. May and then Loveland. Okay. Good luck on the Loveland one. Good luck on the Derek May one. You know, we'll see what turns up. McCarthy. Oh, we're taking J.J. McCarthy as our quarterback now. What are you doing? That's basically a rookie quarterback. Oh, he's already got a quarterback. Yeah, has to already have one. There's no way that's a starter. Who is that? That is this guy. Yeah, he's got Lamar Jackson. Yeah, okay. I respect that. I respect it. I mean, if that's your first quarterback taken, then someone needs to slap you upside the head, call you a dumb bitch, because what are we fucking doing? J.J. McCarthy, he's got some legs. There goes Charbonnet. Man, do I like Charbonnet. You know why? Because Kenneth Walker will be injured. We're all aware of that, right? Kenneth Walker will be injured. Nobody's going to be surprised by that news. Okay. There goes Prescott, who's probably going to have a leg fall off during the season at some point. What is wrong with Prescott that he can't make it through anything? Groin injury for Tucker Kraft. Minnesota defense just went. And, you know, I'm still sitting here going, that Jaden Reed could still get back to me, bros. Tucker Kraft went with that pick. And I don't know. It's just weird. There goes Khalil Shakir. Oh, there's Tank Bigsby. Fellas, I got to take Jaden Reed. That's just going to be real. That's happening. Boom. Love Jaden Reed. I love Jaden Reed, man. I know last year was down, but I see the potential. You know, I do see the potential. I know you see the potential too. You know, there's been some big games. He had a great season a couple years ago, especially in the second half. And I see what could be. There's Tank Bigsby, though, man. Look, I think Bigsby's going to end up with that starting job. I think Bigsby, if I'm being honest, I think Bigsby is better than Etienne. They're talking about all kinds of stuff. I hope you're reading this because I'm not going to read it out loud. Fuck. I don't know. I don't know if you guys want to actually have me read that out loud to you, but whatever. All right, what do we got going on? Let's talk about, okay, I've got 2 bench positions left. So let's talk about defenses and kickers now. Don't want Kansas City. Would take Detroit. Would talk about Houston. Buffalo. What do we got at kicker? Okay, they seem to have really come at kicker. Huh. Yeah, they came at kicker. Maybe I take a kicker right here. I could see myself having either Dicker or Fairbairn or Boswell. Boswell is an amazing talent at kicker as well. You know, I could see one of those three being on my team. Question is, what would I rather have? Okay, let's look at wide receivers. And, you know, we're going, okay, what the hell is with Debo? Injures his left hand on Saturday. Well, you're going to need your left hand to catch the ball. Or running back. There's no one here that I'm not excited. Go back to wide receiver and just look. And it's like, okay, so in kickers, I'm going to take Cameron Dicker, the Chargers guy. Boom. There. Okay. Defenses might be my next pick. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. But I need quality at every position, and that's how you win a league, is by not having a hole in your team. You can have a hole in your bench. You're allowed to have a hole in your bench. You're not allowed to have a hole in your starting lineup. That sucks. You know, when you've got a position in your starting lineup that's filled with someone who's going to suck, yeah, you don't want to do that, man. All right, so where are we at? We'll go back to all players. See, Scattaboo should still be around. That's how that one works. Tank Bigsby, man. It's worth taking a look at, fellas. All right, so after Dicker was Caleb Williams, then Javonte Williams for Dallas, and then the Detroit defense. Damn it, I would have taken Detroit's defense. I love Detroit. Just love Detroit. Chargers did a decent job last year. I don't understand this expected 32-point regression. That's almost 2 points per week of regression that they're expecting. That's weird. You know, Houston, though, they're predicting progression, even though their offense is going to suck. Buffalo, okay, Buffalo, you know, they're expecting what they expect from Buffalo. Seattle doesn't, man. Defense, right? Green Bay did do well last year. Dallas really fell from a couple years ago where they were the leading team in defense. And they killed it in points. Sometimes Dallas won you, in 2023, Dallas would win you some games based on their defense. It was awesome. And now they suck. Why do you gotta suck? So I don't know. Do I want a defense? Maybe I want a backup kicker. Ooh, how about a backup tight end? Who's available at tight end? Kincaid, Goddard. Okay, so they're all the same guy. There's no one here that's better than anyone else, really, basically. All right. Maybe I take Cam Scattaboo, even though he's not. It's not happening, Cam. I'm sorry, bro. Tyrone Tracy's got that job. All right. He ran well. You might snake some runs. You might even grab a touchdown, whatever. But he's just better than you, bro. Do I want Michael Pittman? Honestly, I don't think so. Yeah, I definitely don't think I want Pittman. All right, hold on a second. You know, if we're being honest, I'm still out here, but I've got this other thing to take care of real quick. Oh, Jared Goff just went. You know, I love Jared Goff. He plays for Detroit, and that's. Hey, I happen to have some bias. I seem to be biased towards Detroit, as a matter of fact. All right, there we go. Josh Downs, who, man, I am not touching Indianapolis players, dude. They're in a nightmare scenario. You know, I don't think I've drafted anyone from Indianapolis yet. And I could be wrong, and they might be in the perfect scenario, but I just don't think they are. Okay, don't know. Let's look at the defenses again. We're looking. Chargers or Buffalo? Chargers, Buffalo. Chargers, Buffalo. I'm going to do Buffalo. All right, Buffalo it is. That's my defense. Ugh. That's okay. Where are we at with all the players? I could take Tank Bigsby because I'm fairly certain I know what is going to happen to. I think it was Evan McPherson, but I'm fairly certain I know what's going to happen to Travis Etienne, and it's like, damn it, man. You are not going to play. But they've got Tank Bigsby expected for 73 points this year. He had 125 last year because when he was filling in for Etienne. I don't know, man. Okay, but I could get a backup defense. You know, having a backup defense is not something that pisses me off. That could be Seattle or Los Angeles. You know, it won't be the Rams or Cleveland. Huh. What's the bye week situation? Let's see. Week 12 for the Chargers and week 7 for Buffalo. So this would cover my bye week on that. You know, we're down in the meat of shit here, fellas. You better get something that you think is going to be right. And if you're right, oh, man, nice freaking job. When you get these late picks right, you know, maybe it's Rachaad White. Oh, my God, Rachaad White. Maybe it's Rachaad White. Any injury to Bucky Irving, and he's got the lead role back, and he had good points last year. Yeah, it's Rachaad White. That's going to be my guy. Rachaad White. It's round 14. Rachaad White. Huzzah. Okay, so where are we at here for the rest of it? Should I get a wide receiver, a defense, a backup tight end? Let's look at tight ends. Yeah, it looks like a backup tight end might not be the most brilliant idea. Let's look at defenses. Still available. Chargers are still available. And let's look at wide receivers. Pittman, Cooper Kupp, Ayuk, Shaheed, Mooney, Golden, Coleman. You know, nothing really makes you go, oh, if I don't draft, I'll be screwed. Okay, so running backs. Bigsby. Ford will have that starting job. If Connor gets hurt, Trey Benson will be in there. Okay. Maybe I do Ray Davis to handcuff for James Cook. I only have the one pick left. So since it's round 15, it's basically, it doesn't have to be right. It just has to be close. And I think the Ray Davis to back up. Yeah, Ray Davis to back up freaking James Cook. I think that might be a good one. That's what we'll do, fellas. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, so there went Stevenson and Chubb back to back. Someone's expecting one of the two to have a good year. One of the two might have a good year. That's possible, but you know what? It's more likely that that angels start shitting rainbows across my front lawn than Nick Chubb having a good year. I'm just saying, okay? So once he does start having that good year, come to my house. You'll see rainbows shitting in the lawn by angels, man. It'll be cool. You'll be like, holy shit, look, it's a rainbow. And they're shitting it right out. And you'll be like, yeah, that's what they're expected to do. And I'll be like, yeah, that's what we all expected them to do. Am I right? Am I right? And we'll high five. And then we'll talk about that time when they were going to storm Area 51. And we'll be like, remember the Naruto run people? And I'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, those guys were cool. And then we'll high five again. And, you know, it'll be fun. So let's do that. Make sure that, you know, when this moment happens, we're prepared to high five and just get, you know. Guys, I miss my son, and it's killing me. Every 5 minutes it kills me. It's permanently hurting, you know. It just permanently hurts. All right, Ray Davis, we talked about it. We're going to do that. All right, because I learned something when I lost my son and I was able to say goodbye to him, but most of the rest of the family wasn't. I love you guys. I love you. Thanks for tuning in.